Fancy pants.
Fancy pants.
Fancy pants.
Ah, fancy pants.
Such fancy pants.
Gotta put on your fancy pants tonight. Going down to the city where the lights are bright with my disco balls and my LED light. Gotta put on my fancy pants tonight.
We're out of classes. There's no classes. So, but I have this science stuff out. What's that all about? I have this science book and this math compass for drawing, making good circles with. What are we talking about? Thank you for asking. Thanks for asking. Today, we're talking about machines. Some of you guys might know machines. You're familiar. Depending on what you've learned in school, some of us have learned maybe what some sort of simple machines are. So we've learned about seen pulleys, you know? What's that? Oh, I'm pulling something. I'm pulling on a rope and something's spinning. What's that? That's a pulley. Some of us have learned about okay, right here. Like I've got like a little thing to rest on, and oh, what's that? Oh, look, this is tilting. What is this? Well, that's a fulcrum and a lever. You know? Maybe we've learned about wheel and axle. You know, just spinning a little stick in the middle. You know, wheel and axle. Oh, it's like a ramp. What's this? Oh, it's an inclined plane. Helps things go up or down. Oh, hammer and nail. Oh, that's so hard sometimes. But you know what's easier? Well, what if I could screwdriver? What if I could just a screw? Simple machines. So some of us have learned about that, and then some of us have learned about like more complicated machines. But today I'm talking to you guys about a different machine, a super cool machine. I bet you've never learned about it before, but I'm going to teach it because you're coming to Nick's top-notch shop class, Nick's Machine School. Welcome to Nick's Machine School. So, what are we talking about today? Well, thank you for asking. I picked up a bunch of markers. It's not markers. We're talking today about a specific kind of machine. It's called an escalator. So today we're answering the question, how does an escalator work? Some of you guys may have heard of what an escalator is. Some of you guys may know what an escalator is. But some of us have never been to a place where there are escalators. I'll explain. Don't worry about it. I'll explain. I got you. So first of all, many of us have seen elevators. So an elevator is essentially a platform that moves up and down through a building. So the way elevator works is it's a big box built on top of a moving platform. The platform is pulled by metal suspension cords on a system of pulleys that go up and down to relieve the weight on it. And you get on it, and the pulleys pull a rope, a motor pulls the rope to pull the pulleys to lift the box up or lower the box down at a safe speed. And it's a way of getting from the bottom story of a building to the top story of a building. Great. But some of us haven't seen what an escalator is. I can explain it too. It's called an escalator because it also moves up and down. It moves from a bottom floor to a higher floor, but it's not like an elevator. I know what you're thinking. It's just an elevator. It's not an elevator. It's slightly different because it's actually stairs. It's a series of stairs that move. The way an escalator works is you get onto it and you stand on a stair. And depending on how the building is set up, sometimes it's safer to get onto the escalator and walk. If most people on it are walking, it's safe to get on there. It's more safe to get on there and walk. So you're traveling twice as fast up the stairs. Sometimes it's safer, if nobody else is moving, it's safer to get onto it and stand still. But how does it work? It doesn't make a lot of sense. I know what you're thinking. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's how it works. Okay, so you got stairs. It's just like a normal, like, stairs. You've seen them. They move upwards. As they get to the top, what happens is the stairs get turned around so that and move backwards down the opposite side that you can't see, so that as they come up the next side, there's always stairs. Maybe this will help. Escalator. Kind of. This is not a great drawing of it. This is my drawing of it, though, so don't say anything about it, because I like it. John Lennon gets onto the escalator. He doesn't have to walk. He is moved up by the stairs. The stairs move upward in that direction, okay? The stairs are going upward. He rides all the way up, or walks as the stairs are moving. He steps off of it. Then this stair turns and goes down the opposite direction, right? So he's walking along, he's just went to the guitar shop to buy a new guitar because he's John Lennon, and he gets onto the escalator. He rides up the escalator. Once he gets to the top, he steps off of it. But the stairs go up underground, right? They come all the way up and then they turn underground. So first of all, we'll do some facts, and also we're gonna do some funny jokes. I got some funny jokes that I found about escalators. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a great escalator joke right now. Escalator joke. I've developed a irrational fear of escalators. I always find myself taking steps to avoid them. So, first let's go through the parts of the escalator. In red, you have the steps. The way the steps work is all these steps are connected to each other. These steps are all on wheels, the wheels are connected to each other, and they move at the same time. Great, so we have that. Next part of it, I need a new color. The green is called the step chain. So the step chain is what all of the little wheels are connected to. These little black things are going to be wheels. There's a little wheel on both sides of the track. The way it works is the one wheel stays on one side of it, and the other wheel stays on the other side of a track. So they move in tandem, if you will. They move at the same time. So the step chain itself, it's a bunch of links. It's what's able to pull the stairs so that they go in a certain direction, right? Hey, by the way, I think it's time for an escalator joke. Escalator joke. Escalator joke. My first time on an escalator was quite uplifting, but my second trip on it was a bit of a letdown. Next part of the escalator. I need a new color. This machine right here. What is it? It's a very bad drawing of a motor. The motor is what provides the energy to power the step chain. There's a gear. At the top of the step chain, there's a big gear. The gear fits into what the step chain is. There are little places for this gear to fit into it, and the gear fits in and it pulls the step chain itself so that all the steps move. So usually, it just looks like steps. It just looks like some nice, I don't know if that's blocking it from up to the camera, but usually you can just see some steps. But if you were to be able to see what's under this black line, it would be all this crazy stuff. I think it's time for an escalator joke. Escalator jokes. Escalator jokes. Did you know that the first escalators had people who were paid to ride them? Seems like a job with a lot of ups and downs. Escalator jokes. Escalator joke. A fun fact for you, if you like it, the first escalator that was ever built actually copyrighted the name escalator. So the other companies at the time had to figure out other names to call the escalator. So a lot of other companies started coming out with things like moving stairs and electric staircases and motor stairs and things like that. And frankly, those are all great names. I would get on an electric staircase any day. I'll do a back-to-back escalator joke and a fun fact. It'll be crazy. We'll do the fun fact first. Fun fact. The world's longest escalator is in Hong Kong. It's called like the Central Midtown Escalator, and it helps commuters, workers, get from their homes in one part of the city to their jobs in another part of the city. It's a very wide escalator, and it goes only in one direction. It only goes up all morning, and then at rush hour, it changes directions, and it goes the other way so everybody who's already up there can come back to their houses at the end of the day. It's a 2,600-foot escalator. That's so big. Now we gotta do an escalator joke. Am I right? Escalator jokes? Escalator jokes. 1 second, I'm at the bottom of the world's fastest escalator. The next second, I'm at the top of it. Gee, that escalated quickly. So, look what I did. This is really important. You have little tiny wheels here. The wheels are at the bottom of the steps. You have one wheel that goes on the bottom of the step chain, and one that goes on the other side of it. They're connected like that so they can't separate from each other, because if they could, you'd have a lot of loose steps at the bottom, I'll tell you that. It's sort of like if you have seen a train track. In the middle of the wheel, there's a little groove in the wheel for the actual track to go on. The wheel has a little piece on one side of the track and a little piece on the other that's sandwiched in between it so that it'll move straight along that track and nowhere else. It looks like I'm just giving this thing a big old hug. And I am. I love it. When it does get to the top of it, the stair scoots back just slightly, right? So I don't think you should do this, but you can basically just keep your feet right on the platform and you can just let it slip you right off. So it'll go all the way up, it'll go, and then it's on the other side, and it's going down. I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Great. So, do you take one more escalator joke? I know I can take another escalator joke. Escalator jokes. Escalator jokes. All right, this one's a little complicated. Oh, you're gonna laugh so hard. You're gonna bust a gut. Your tummy's gonna hurt from laughing so hard. You ready? A criminal talked down to me on an escalator today. He was a condescending a condescending condescending. So, this escalator, very safe, very cool. Escalators have been around for a really long time. They were built out of wood at first, and they were put in big stores like Macy's and things like that. Because sometimes an elevator isn't right. Sometimes you want stairs. A lot of times, and if there's a place where a lot of people need to move at the same time and they'd like to get there fast, things like an escalator can really help them. Or if they have a lot of things to carry, like a lot of luggage. Or shopping bags and things like that. Sometimes you don't want to be trying to walk down the stairs if you've got bags and the like, you know? I'm glad glad we talked about escalators today. I'm really glad we did it. I got out all this science stuff. So we've made it to the top of the escalator, looks like, folks. So we got to step off. You always got to step off an escalator, unless it's a forever escalator. And I haven't seen one of those, I'll tell you that. I've never seen a forever escalator. Say that 5 times fast. I've never seen a forever escalator. Never seen a forever escalator. I've never seen a forever escalator. I've never seen a forever escalator. I've never seen a forever escalator. Thanks for sticking in. Nick's top-notch shop class is done. We're done.